is not cute. Trauma dumping, not cute. This ain't a steamy book. This ain't no, what's her name? This ain't no Colleen Hoover. Is that her name? Penelope Douglas. Does anyone else ever get like terrified to read a book that they're like so excited for? Cause like what if it lets them down? The stakes are high. What's up friends? It's Jess. And recently it was my birthday, which means I bought some books. And I stuck to my book buying band. Almost just a hair off. I went rogue with one book purchase, so let's talk about it. So in today's video I thought I'd share the books I'm most excited for, which you will see in future videos, and I thought it would be fun to not only read the first sentence to you like I always do, but also to read the first chapter and kind of give you my first thoughts, because these are very highly anticipated books. So they better not let me down. That's the only thing. If they let me down, I'm gonna be really pissed. I don't even know which book to read first. You see this? You see this? Nearly 900 pages, and that is A Day of Fallen Night. I have been referring to this book as Fallen Night because that's too many words, but look how stunning this book is. Under the dust jacket, boring schmoring, but that's okay because the dust jacket itself is so pretty. Again, trying to read this book will be very interesting because like just breaking a wrist, just trying to carry this book is like. Last year I finally managed to read Priority of the Orange Tree and gave it a 4-star, 4.5 star, mostly from the experience of reading it within 48 hours. I'll link that video below. I'm so proud of that video. I'm so proud of myself for tackling such a huge book, and I think that's a very fun way to tackle really intimidating books. It's like, let's vlog the misery and torture. Yes, so I will definitely be doing that with this. Do I know what this book's about? Not at all. Let's read the dust jacket, shall we? Or like, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but I'm gonna just tell you what stands out. So first little thing, a stunning standalone prequel to the best-selling Priority of the Orange Tree. So it's a prequel. It's before all the shenanigans that went down in the Priority of the Orange Tree, which was a lot. We followed like 6 characters, lots of queer characters, which was very fun, and dragons and the world ending and like a lot of stuff. I love books that play on history, so I'm really excited to actually dive into the prequel and learn more about the history, because in the Priority of the Orange Tree we allude to history and like there's different people saying different things about what actually happened and you don't really know. So hopefully we'll find out. We'll see. Maybe it's also just as fucking messed up. Okay. Tanuva, I think is how you would say their name. I don't know. Tanuva is a sister of the Priory. For 50 years she's been trained to slay worms, but none have appeared since the Nameless One, and the younger generation is starting to question the Priory's purpose. Ooh. Gotta smack them. Gotta smack them. Line them up. To the north is the Queendoms. Yup. Saving both realms from ruin. Again, gonna be following a ton of people in this story. When the Dread Mount erupts, bringing with it an age of terror and violence, these women must find the strength to protect humankind from a devastating threat. What? Interesting. So this isn't the birth of the Nameless One, which is someone that we fought in. Is that a spoiler? I'll stop talking. Wow, this book is just, it is so fat. Okay people, I'm going to read the first chapter, but let me read to you the first sentence. I don't think it should spoil anything. Also, prologue doesn't have anything in it. Is that weird? I think it is. The first sentence is, her name was Dume, from an ancient word for a dream that ends too soon. Oh, how cute, how soft, how quaint. Okay, but I do want some bloody and murder, because the last book started with a guy literally like dying on the beach. Not bleeding out, but like dying. But that was very cute, soft first sentence. My interest is piqued. Oh my god, this book is so heavy. So I just finished the first chapter, which is only 8 pages, but I will say I completely forgot about how dense high fantasy is. all the different characters and trying to keep track of who's who. It is kind of a fun, almost sport. I feel like that's the cool thing about reading big books like this. It feels like a sport to be like trying to figure out the political intrigue and what's going on in the castle and people trying to kill them. Wild. So I think it's a very good introduction, but I definitely want to reread it and try and figure out some names like the Snow Maiden, things like that. So a lot of things were introduced, but it also was a fun beginning because we started off with this kind of royal family that was mentioned in the summary. I forget words, excuse all my ums, but a solid start. But again, it's high fantasy. Look at this book. Completely forgot how high fantasy be punching you in the face with all these names and shiz, you know. So excited to read it. It's definitely going to be a bit before I get to it though. This next book, I'm not most excited for this. I'm excited for all of them, but I am very really excited for this one, and it is Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. And I don't know if you could tell, I got the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, which is $30, and I'm actually disappointed. Let me tell you why. Because not only does it have a sticker, but I think the sticker has been like destroying the dust jackets. Every time I went to Barnes & Noble's, the dust jackets would be crumpled or wrinkled or chipped. Like, this is the best condition I could find, which is honestly pretty good. There was some that were like really jacked up, like really torn, and I think the dust jacket is just maybe too thin, and that's what's happening. But it is a stunning book, just little beautiful charming details and a bonus chapter at the end, and I really wanted the special edition. And I know a lot of you guys are like, Jess, don't bitch about, you know, little dings in your hardcover. I will bitch about it, thank you very much, because I'm paying $30 for it. Why am I paying $30 for a book that's been scratched up? Like, if I scratch it up, that's fine. If some not user error, that's like a tech term. If there is some damage that happens while reading, totally fine. But if it's just on the bookshelf at Barnes & Noble and it's already decaying, what are the chances of it surviving in my house? Slim. This is the sequel to Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo, which, you know, took the world by storm. Everyone loves it. I really enjoyed it. It is very much dark academia. This girl is learning, or is she learning about the secret society? I really need to do a reread because all I remember is Alex, the main character, who is, I don't want to say white trash, but like, she's going to a very elite school, so she is looked upon as white trash, and she's trying to prove everyone wrong, but she's also like getting zero sleep and constantly fighting ghosts. Fun fact, she see ghosts. She see ghosts. Can I talk? Fun fact, she can see ghosts. So she has a power and ability that can be utilized by this secret society that has ulterior motives. It's very exciting and very engaging. Trigger warnings though for assaults, just letting you know. It was very tough to read, and I'm assuming there is going to be more trigger warnings for Hellbent 2, but I just kind of skimmed through some bits and like, okay, moving on to the action. Does anyone else ever get like terrified to read a book that they're like so excited for because like, what if it lets them down? That's kind of how I'm feeling about Hellbent right now. Oh, we got a proverb in the beginning. Cool beans. Okay, I'm going to read the first sentence. It isn't really a spoiler. You probably have no idea what's happening, but you get a feel and a texture for the writing style of this, because it is dark academia. We're at Yale University. Secret society, demons, ghosts, all that jazz. So, first sentence is, Alex approached Black Elm as if she were saddling up to a wild animal. Cautious in her walk up the long, curving driveway, careful to not show her fear. So I'm gonna check out this first chapter. Oh, which is only like 7 pages, maybe even 6. More like 5.5. Very short first chapter, so let's get into it. I'm gonna tell you if it's giving me the action I want, because I want action. The stakes are high. Okay, this honestly feels like the beginning of a horror movie. Like when you walk into an unfamiliar place, but you get like the immediate icky feeling of like, something bad's gonna happen. And she's just kind of be like, okay, it's all gonna be fine, it's all gonna be fine. Oh, what's this dark hallway? Let me just walk down it. Oh, there's blood. Oh, so it just felt like the beginning to a horror movie, which I kind of appreciate. Not the action I was craving, but you know what? Chapter 2, we better unpack all this blood and possible bodies. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Now diving into a completely different genre, but probably the book I am going to read in one sitting and probably enjoy the most because it is in a genre I have been very much enjoying, and that is The Neighbor Favor by Kristina Forrest, who is a favorite author of mine. I had the opportunity last year to do a live show with her for Zyla and Kai, which is a cute YA romance, but now The Neighbor Favor is diving into adult romance, not steamy. She already told like her audience, this ain't a steamy book, this ain't no what's her name, this ain't no Colleen Hoover, is that her name, Penelope Douglas. This is a cute, is it a second chance romance? Let's read the back. Let's figure out what this book's about together, because I do like going in blind, and I did solely purchase this book because of the author. I support my girl. Kristina Forrest, I will always have your back, okay? We need to be making Netflix movies of her books, okay? Just saying. So, we have a shy bookworm enlists her charming neighbor to help her score a date, not knowing he's the obscure author she's been corresponding with. Ooh. In this sparkling and heart-fluttering romance by Kristina Forrest. Heart-fluttering? Yeah, I'm expecting this to be a real soft romance. That's what Kristina Forrest does best. I would just deeply care for her characters. Also very curious to see if any of her YA characters will pop in, because she does have her own like universe. Her characters will pop up in other books, which I love. But I don't know. I know there's also going to be a sequel following The Sister, so I'm interested to read this. Y'all, Kristina Forrest has my heart. I haven't even read the first chapter yet, but I'm hyped. I mean, like, hyped. Excited to dive into this first chapter. A little worried that it's not going to be everything I want it to be, but you know what? Kristina Forrest hasn't done me wrong. Okay, the prologue is 15 pages. Let's get into it. The first sentence is, Lily Green always imagined that if she were to have the tragic misfortune of dying young, it would happen in a valiant, honorable way, similar to the heroes in her beloved fantasy novels. I also love a book that talks about loving books. You know what I mean? As book lovers, we appreciate that. Okay. Okay, so yes, what Kristina Forrest does so well is just crafting characters that you immediately care about from the first page. Yeah, so I really like that first chapter, introduction to both characters and kind of where they are in the dating realm. Also, there's always that character in a rom-com who's like setting up their friends with other friends and stuff. It's like, okay, why doesn't that person actually exist anymore? I've never met anyone who plays matchmaker. Like, can I have one? Thank you. I also love that she's not scared to make her male protagonist a little bit more sensitive. And I get that, like, most people who will probably pick up this book are females, but it would be really great if we just had more sensitive males in literature across the board. That would be very exciting, because I feel like being in touch with your feelings, besides making you a sane person, being able to recognize your feelings, because y'all, anger is not cute. Trauma dumping, not cute. Allowing yourself to be sensitive and cry and be upset in moments of passion, totally fine. I kind of love that, and I'm already rooting for them because they both seem like very interesting characters. So, The Neighbor Favor, baby. Okay, I went rogue on this one, but I did read the first chapter already in Barnes & Noble. Why do you say it like that? I did read the first chapter in Barnes & Noble, and I was like, oh, it is a thriller, which isn't my vibe normally, but I don't think it's like a whodunit, but more so like a girl trying to not get blamed for something. So I got Someone Had to Do It by this author, Amber, and Danielle Brown. I didn't even know these were sisters. How adorable. Okay, so this is about Brandy Maxwell, who is living the dream as an intern in a prestigious fashion house. There's a lot of microaggressions happening. In the first chapter, I was like, woo! They already hit her with the, we don't think you are fitting in well, which is definitely code for, ma'am, you're too black for us. No one likes you. Everyone's scared of you. Ma'am. One night at a party, Brandy overhears something she shouldn't have, and her fate becomes dangerously entwined with Taylor's. And Taylor is an influencer who is a part of the family from the fashion house, and she'll go to any lengths to get it, even if it means sacrificing her famous father in the process. Oh my god, did she kill her dad? All she needs is the perfect person to take the fall. So I feel like this is gonna be less thrillery and more like, how do I escape all this raggedy shit? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay. I will also tell you my first thoughts on the chapter. The last book, I can share my opinions about because I've already read the first chapter of this. Someone had to do it. First of all, very intrigued. The very first chapter was all about the kind of microaggressions our protagonist is facing and how she's treated in the office. Okay, so I have read the first chapter, but I completely forgot about the prologue, which I think is the most important part of this book that really grabbed my attention. So I'm gonna read it to you because it's only like a paragraph and a half. So, prologue. Brandy. A stranger's hand have been all over me. Their touch invasive, like my body held no value to them at all, filthy and unworthy of decency and respect. And I had to take it all silently, stand there like a piece of cattle. The last trace of Nate's cologne had been contaminated by a suffocating stench I'm not sure I'll ever be able to fully scrub from my skin. But I keep thinking about another man's scent. It wasn't just that he smelled expensive, he had a kingly scent, like I should curtsy in his presence. His smile was as intimidating as it was inviting. At the party, which feels like forever ago now, he somehow made me feel like the only one in the room of hundreds, radiating power and vitality like no one I ever met. It was impossible not to get fully swept up in his magnetism once we locked eyes. And then he was dead. Tell me your interest has not been piqued. I challenge you. So I'm interested in how this story is particularly going to dive into Brandy's perspective, who is probably going to end up taking the fall for this murder for this guy that she actually really liked. So very interested. And then the first chapter again talks about a lot of microaggressions in the workplace and begins like small layerings of like small questions here and there about the book that I don't want to say because spoilers. Oh, well, a small and cute, realistic book haul for my birthday. Hopefully I continue this trend because y'all, we don't need to be buying 20 or so books unless you literally read 20 books within the month, which I didn't finish a single book in February. Let's be real, let's be honest. You made it to the end of this video, you deserve the facts. I did not finish a single, oh wait, okay. That's a lie. I finished one book. I read Such a Fun Age, which I really enjoyed. It was a 5-star. But other than that, one book, my reading has definitely taken the back burner this year. It's not my main priority. I am focused on acting and working and trying to establish myself in other hobbies, so it's taking a back seat. So I'm trying to have my shopping habits reflect my new lifestyle. I don't need 20 or so books, you know? A healthy little 4-book stack, even though, mind you, this could count as like 5 books. This could count as so many books, but a little humble birthday book haul, and I'm so happy that you clicked watch this video. Let me know if any of these books were on your TBR or on your most anticipated list. I have a feeling a lot of y'all are going to be here for Hellbent, and I hope you guys check out some of the books that maybe are a little underrated. The Neighbor Favor. Anything by Kristina Forrest, I highly recommend. If you have not heard of her, check her out. Amazing cuteness, YA, contemporary, all the love. If you made it to the end of this video, comment down below this emoji so I know you are the real MVP. And let me know if there's any other books that should be on my radar for my next little baby humble book haul. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.